Evening to everyone who is watching this live. Today is National Doctors Day. As doctors, people influence the suffering humanity and solve their problems. So the day is dedicated to the doctors. But as a speech language pathologist, audiologist, but as a speech language pathologist, audiologist, we are able to tell people that they can connect with the real world and their communication, which is an issue that makes it very difficult for them to be part of the mainstream, we can solve them. Today I'm going to talk about one such speech problem or communication disorder that is known as stammering or stuttering. It's not really that rare. Nearly 1% of the general population, they have the fluency disorders. And the people who suffer the fluency disorder, their problem starts in early childhood itself, and throughout the life they go on with embarrassment. When a drama is played, the person with stuttering is usually the joker. That's sad, unfortunate, but that's what happens. So people enjoy the suffering, the frustration of a person who is having the speech problem of stuttering or stammering. But what happens to the professionals who are supposed to be the experts in dealing with such problem like stuttering? Well, the so-called specialists or super specialists, they are trained to look at only a small issue, not the complete person. So a person with stuttering is diagnosed as having a certain problem that a specialist can deal with. A person with stuttering has neuro problems. The neurological problems can be like the alpha wave activity greatly gets reduced when a person attempts speech. That happens with a person having stuttering, not so much with the normal. The neurotransmitters, their statistics can be also a point of discussion. Somebody looks at a person with stuttering and talks about the pulmonary issues, that is the air pressure inside the mouth, the air pressure near the voice box, or the abnormal breathing pattern, whether it's a clavicular breathing or thoracic breathing or things like that. Somebody talks about entirely different thing, like it's a behavioral emotional issue. So their conflicts, their anxiety, that is talked about. So is stuttering a neurological problem, a physiological problem, a psychological problem? Who should handle it? Who should treat it? Whether it can be treated, whether it can be cured? There is plenty of differences in opinion. People don't agree on any single thing. So there is an interesting story in Indian folklore, that is 7 blind men describing the elephant. So when 7 blind men describe, somebody talks about the elephant looking, feeling the leg and says it's like a pillar, and somebody touching the tail says elephant is like a rope. Likewise, professionals, if they behave looking at only some symptom, some feature of the stuttering problem, naturally they will be coming with the incomplete solution. You may laugh at it or you may go along with it. Issue doesn't seem to get solved in toto. So people with stuttering, they complain. They went for the therapy, and therapy didn't work. Therapy didn't work because the person who is handling, he didn't have a holistic approach. Well, emotions are important. Physiology is important. The person who has the problem is important above all. So we have to deal or treat or cure or handle the person, not just a feature, not just a symptom of a problem. If we really help that person and look at the person's need, have a comprehensive approach, have a holistic approach, our intervention may be effective, may become suitable for the person. I said 1% of the general population have fluency disorder. Does that mean the entire 1% people have exactly same problem, same severity, same features? No, not at all. Each person is different. His story is different. His struggle is different. How can you have one size fits all approach when each person is different? And are we really looking at a person with a flaw as if he is a kind of a defective person, that he should be given to a workshop for some kind of a repair and maintenance? No. Rather, on the contrary, a person with stuttering has many times above average intelligence. I do often say stuttering is a certificate of above average competency. But instead of looking at your competency and skill and the intelligence and the ability, if you look only at a challenge, a difficulty, and make that your identity, so you become the challenged person. If you have an identity of yourself as a person who stutters, that's unfair on you, on your It is nobody's right that you should be called a person with a problem, a person with stuttering. You are a human being, you are a person, and you are a person who has perhaps above normal possibilities. So, in my own professional career that spans more than 4 decades, I have handled thousands of people with stuttering. Thousands of people who came to me with their stuttering problem. Yeah, I don't know. Not everybody got the same level of benefit, but some people did get benefit, some people didn't get enough benefit. And for me also, it was a learning experience. What we learned is we have been trying to use tricks and techniques to make a person with stuttering speak better. We don't help that person become competent to manage his communication, to manage his life, to manage his show. We rather only fiddle with the way he speaks. So we tamper the speed, we tamper with the prosodic features, like making it sound like a sing-song speech. We slow down his speech. Such techniques may seem to work inside an artificial space, that is the clinic. In the real world, people with stuttering, they come out of the therapy chamber and revert back to their old and original flawed speech. So what do? They go from one therapist to another therapist, from a speech therapist to a psychotherapist, from a psychotherapist to a yoga therapist. And many people with stuttering, they keep on experimenting, and they start teaching each other. A person whose some tricks and technique seem to work become a self-styled therapist and starts guiding, advising somebody else. Well, a stuttering problem has to be viewed in a different way. That is, a person who speaks has to be helped to perform better, rather than just try to change the way he speaks so that he becomes a kind of a fake speaker, or artificial speaker, more mechanical speaker. That's not proper. In my life, through my failures and success, what I have realized is a person with stuttering is not really having everything wrong with him. Rather, he has a lot of things that are good with him, that are excellent with him. So, if he can be positioned to work from the platform of strength instead of weaknesses, he can perform well. So, a lifestyle therapy is more important than just a speech therapy or a psychotherapy or a yoga therapy or a biofeedback therapy or such things. So, a lifestyle therapy is changing a person's identity, what he thinks of himself. So, when a person becomes a professional, whatever profession he may adopt, he seemed to have less difficulty while talking about his professional activities. A person who has some passion, some hobby, when he talks about the passion, he seems to have little less of difficulty. When you become one with your problem, the problem doesn't leave you. But when you become one with your strength, you metamorphose, you evolve as a successful person. So, lifestyle therapy is making this person with stuttering look at what all good things he has, what strength he has, what unique abilities and skills he has, and start offering to the world what he has. If you offer to the world as a teacher, as a guide, as a mentor, as a helper, you seem to have an upper hand. You seem to acquire an identity of strength rather than weaknesses. When such a change happens, when a person changes his identity of a person with stuttering to a person with skill, a person with competency, a person with unique abilities, the stuttering begins to melt down. The person's speech evolves, and this person evolves as a competent person, successful person. The above average level of intelligence and the unique level of passion absolutely changes this person to a person who has lot of things to boast about, not hide about. A person who has such ability can dare to meet any person, dare to take up any task, any responsibility, and make things happen rather than worry about his stuttering, worry about what people might think, worry about what impression he will make on his audience. You will create a wonderful impact, wonderful image you will create about yourself. On this Doctor's Day, I wish you all the success. I wish you all the happiness. All those people who have any disfluencies or fluency disorders, Institute of Health Sciences and Margadarshi Foundation, they are available to you to gain the holistic therapy or comprehensive therapies that can change your life. And me personally, I am Professor Satyanarayan Mahapatra, who is the founder of Institute of Health Sciences and founder of the Margadarshi. I am personally available to you for free consultation and guidance whenever you require online. And my lifetime experience is at your disposal. Whoever has some stuttering problem, whatever level of severity, I'll be happy to help you in any way that's possible. Thank you very much for your time to listen to this program. I wish you again a happy Doctor's Day. Thank you.